Yo, what is up guys, Delboy here, aka Blue Collar Sports TV. Hopefully you guys are doing well. If you're new here, smash that like, hit subscribe, all of that good stuff. So some interesting news coming out of British boxing today. Joshua Buatsi has left Matchroom, left Dazn to join up with Sky Sports and Boxer. Now, given what's gone on in the media in the last few weeks, this is hardly a surprise, to be honest. And yeah, obviously in the past few weeks we heard rumours that Buatsi could be leaving Dazn, that Eddie Hearn offered him the Dimitri Bivol fight, apparently offering a purse of £1 million to take that fight. However, he signed with Boxer and Sky Sports. The reasons he cited was essentially that he was down the pecking order, he wasn't a priority, although, you know, getting £1 million to fight Bivol, I'm not really sure that's the case there. And he also cited that he wasn't really sure how many people saw his last fight with Craig Richards on Dazn. He was insinuating that not many people saw it because of the platform it was on, which was the reasoning for him signing with Sky Sports. Now, I've seen a few takes on this situation. Many people now throwing Joshua, I don't want to say throwing Joshua Buatsi under the bus, calling him a ducker. Maybe he is ducking, right? He was offered the Bivol fight, according to various sources, according to Eddie Hearn himself. Now, is that a duck? I mean, you can look at it in one of two ways, in my opinion. Potentially, maybe Joshua Buatsi is self-aware enough to come to the conclusion that he's just not ready for that sort of fight yet. Obviously, Virgil Hunter, I think it was after the fight with Craig Richards, Virgil Hunter said as much. Buatsi needs, 2 to 3 more fights before he's fighting the elite of the elite. Maybe Buatsi himself agrees with that assessment. Maybe he feels he needs 2 to 3 more before he competes at that level. Maybe he's being honest with himself in regards to his current level, his current career progression. And if that is the case, is that a duck? I don't know. Maybe he has to come out to clarify that in the media. I would say that's what he has to do. If you think it's a duck, I'm certainly not. I wouldn't throw shade at you, you know, that could be a possibility. But when you look at the light heavyweight division in a wider context, it doesn't look like the belts are going to free up anytime soon from elite level fighters. You know, Bivol has the belt right now. He's not going to lose it anytime soon. He's going to fight Canelo in the distant future. Beterbiev obviously is a dominant champion, and even if Callum Smith were to beat him, who is Beterbiev's next Mando, Callum Smith would be a significant favourite over Joshua Buatsi. So it's not looking likely that anytime soon one of these belts becomes available and a lower level fighter gets it. You know, he can't really wait around for a perfect opportunity, which kind of makes me believe that maybe he just feels he's not ready yet. And if that's the case, I'm not really going to hold it against him too much, but like I said, maybe he should clarify that in the media. That's what I would say. But as for Boxer, I think this is a good signing. I have my problems in regards to how Buatsi's career has been moved, mainly the inactivity when it comes to Joshua Buatsi. I actually like watching Buatsi fight. I think he's very entertaining. I like his style. He's aggressive. He goes for the gusto. I like that type of style. And the last 2 opponents have been pretty solid. Richards Bolotniks and Craig Richards. Those fights were steps in the right direction, in my opinion. He just weren't fighting regularly enough. So I'm hoping with this Sky Sports Boxer move, we see Joshua Buatsi far more active, and I'll be interested to see where they go with him. Apparently he's making his debut on Sky. Well, not a debut, he's fought there before, but his Boxer debut on early May. I'm hoping the opponent is somebody of of substantial quality. Again, not like a top 5 guy, but somebody who we are familiar with. And after that, they're talking about a potential fight with Dazn, which I would be interested in. Dazn has cleaned up at domestic level. He's just won the European title. If Buatsi fights in May, comes through that, maybe in the autumn we have Buatsi versus Dazn. I think that would be a great domestic fight. And yeah, overall, I think Buatsi is a good signing for Sky and Boxer. I have my reservations on Buatsi going forwards to the elite level. I do wonder, how good is his chin? How is that power going to translate to world level? I have a few reservations in regards to Buatsi. I'm not exactly completely sold on him, but he's a talented enough fighter who's got an entertaining style, and I think it's a good signing for Boxer and for Sky Sports. And as for Matchroom and Eddie Hearn, Dazn UK, I don't think it's a great look, to be honest, because once again it's one more fighter leaving who diminishes, the result of this fighter leaving is going to diminish domestic cards going forwards on Dazn. Bear in mind, it looks like Dazn have already lost Lawrence Okole, and of course he was a world champion. They lost Liam Smith, who just fought on a pay-per-view against Chris Eubank Jr. His name value right now is as big as it's ever been. And they've even lost some sort of fringe domestic fighters. These are guys who, they build cards, they make cards more solid. They may not be main event fighters, but they can add some beef to a big card. And Matchroom, Eddie Hearn, Dazn have lost a lot of those type of fighters. And going forwards, I think we've seen this already. I've been complaining about this for quite some time. It's resulting in weaker cards held in the UK by Matchroom. And, as I said, I've been pointing this out for quite some time now. And it appears that it's only getting worse. Another curious thing as well, many of these fighters jumping ship, Buatsi and Lawrence Okole, are both managed by 258 Management, who, obviously, that company is owned by Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua being a Matchroom fighter under Dazn. Is there some kind of internal struggle with that relationship between Joshua, Dazn, Hearn, etc.? I find it odd that so many 258 fighters are fighting on Sky Sports. You would think that that they would fight on Dazn. It's not only the guys who have left, it's guys like Fraser Clark, an Olympic medalist, turned pro, went on Sky Sports with Boxer. Same goes for Ben Whittaker. Went pro, signed with 258, went to Boxer on Sky Sports. Very interesting, but I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to see where Buatsi goes from here. I have to admit, I am getting a little impatient with Buatsi, so I'm hoping now he stays active and we see just how good he is. The issue is, however, who can he fight on Sky Sports? Maybe Beterbiev? But Beterbiev looks like he's going to fight Callum Smith next. Given how acrimonious this departure seems to have been, I doubt that Eddie Hearn and Dazn are going to be willing to let go of a B-roll to fight Buatsi. So I wonder where he goes. I wonder how this works out for Buatsi. I wonder how this works out. But anyway, what do you make of this news? I think it's bad news for Dazn. I think it's bad news for Matchroom, to be honest. And yeah, good news for Sky Sports and Boxer. What can I say? But ultimately, despite the political side of this, as fight fans, all I'm hoping is that we see Joshua Buatsi in fights that matter. That's all I'm hoping. That's the main thing here. And if that can't be delivered, then, Buatsi is going to get a lot of criticism when he could have fought Dimitri Bivol, for example. But anyway, share your thoughts below. Beanie Guy Delboy, peace.